So January is School Board Appreciation Month, and I am joined for this week's Beyond the Bell by our board chairman, Dr. Matt Mooney. Matt, thanks so much for taking some time to do this with us.
I'm glad to be here. Thanks for asking.
Absolutely. You ready to do it?
Sure.
All right, let's go. So what specific moment or what inspired you to want to run for school board?
That's a great question. I think there was really not a specific moment. I think as a dad of 4 students in the district, it was something that I found as maybe like an obligation, but more like a sense of duty kind of deal. My grandfather was a school board member when I was growing up in the county where I grew up in. My grandfather here was the mayor of Mount Washington, and so I also just kind of like the idea of being in an elected position. And it kind of perfect marriage here.
Will this be in your 4th year now, I guess, on the board?
Yes. Yeah,
so what's been the most rewarding thing so far?
I think the meetings when we have students and staff that we recognize for exceptional achievement, there's not necessarily been one specific moment, but every time that we do that and we have staff or students that we get to celebrate, there's so many good things going on in BCPS, and that's specifically related to the people and just celebrating those achievements.
So as a veteran member of our board now, like we don't just focus on student achievement, academic content, but we also focus on those competencies that we know make for a good, well-rounded student or individual. As a business owner in the community, how do you see the way that we focus on those competencies impacting employability and what students are going to be able to do once they leave us and enter the workforce?
Yeah, so I've had the opportunity to be on the Chamber of Commerce board as well as, like you mentioned, being a business owner, and I've had the great fortune of having multiple students be co-op workers for us at my office, and so I've seen them and talked to them and just listening to their one-on-one experiences of how doing competency-based things in the classroom has prepared them, and they come into my office and they are great employees, and so that's been something I've been able to experience on that side of things. And as a board member, that's been something I want to make sure we continue to focus on.
That's refreshing to hear on my end of things. Yeah. So glad you shared that. So if you could spend a full day in any classroom environment, what would you choose?
I am a science and math nerd, so my first thought would be to be in a classroom like that. But and I have some really good friends who are teachers in our schools, and I would love to be in their classrooms for a day. But I think I'd really like to be in a middle school classroom where we're doing our college and career readiness and preparing those kids to make the decisions that they need to make to find their niche and what they really want to focus on when they get to high school and then beyond that. So I think that would be really fun. I think I'd get to use some of my science nerd stuff and my math stuff, but also get to be hands-on with them.
That's all. Middle school's fun age too. I don't care what anybody says. So if you went back for school lunch for one day, what's going to be on your tray?
So of course, Chicken Patty Tuesday or whatever day we're doing chicken patties now. That's the one. But I remember whenever I was in school, like we would get mashed potatoes and peas and maybe a pineapple cup. I think I could go for that once every now and then.
Nice. All right, last question. What does Matt like to do to rest, relax, and recharge? You see, you have 4 kids in our school, so I can't imagine you have too much time for this. But
yeah.
What do you like?
I would say my favorite activities are watching them compete and the things that they love, and or coach them in that. And so for me, that's soccer for the girls and tennis for my son, and they're all runners. But as far as relaxing, I think I love just family movie night. That's really relaxing and reset button. But we like to get into the family board game nights as well. And these snow days that we've had recently have really have brought that out too. So that's what we love.
Awesome. Yeah. I love it. Well, thank you so much for your service and your commitment to our students, our staff, and our community. We greatly appreciate you. Dr. Matt Mooney, BCPS Board Chair.